Hey, what's up, guys? How y'all doing this good Wednesday morning? Well, if your name is Tony Buzby, you decided to choose violence and wake the girls up. Y'all, what am I talking about? Tony Buzby is said, baby, don't play with me. You, Jay-Z, you want to come at me and literally go at my honor? Diddy, you want to act like I'm some two-bit lawyer making up things? Oh, baby, we're going to see what's what. You want credibility? Well, baby, I'll give you credibility. You want receipts? Well, baby, I'll give you receipts. If you guys don't know, one of Diddy's victims came and exclusively spoke to Tisa Tell's channel. I'm just joking. They did not. However, they did go on CNN. They said Tony Busby said you want to talk about fake psychics and conspiracy theories. Is CNN a conspiracy theorist? Did I hear? Yeah, exactly. Y'all, check out this interview, then meet me after the jump, because this is groundbreaking and explosive. And Diddy's team is scared and upset. Again, people have said that Diddy and Jay-Z seem to have formed some type of alliance. They could even be going as far as working together, but they are definitely still hiring the same firm with the same investigators to go after witnesses, people, anything, to dig up anything, to smear victims, and in an unprecedented thing, filed 236-page dossiers meant to smear attorneys. Don't worry, Tony Buzby said, I ain't never scared and you got the right one. I don't know. It seems like Jay-Z and Diddy might have met their match. Somebody that fights for victims, someone that fights for that settlement, and someone that also got a few dollars in their account. They can beat the case. Let's get into this. Okay, first of all, here's the video, and then meet me after the jump because there's more information.
To work security at one of the infamous white parties that was thrown by Sean Combs in the Hamptons. What was that experience like?
At first, he was incredibly friendly, very gracious.
So you had a friendly chat, and then, according to your lawsuit, at some point later in the night, Sean Combs himself offered you a drink. This didn't come from staff or someone holding a tray of drinks, it came from him directly.
Correct. The first drink started to have some effect on me, and I just thought, wow, these are really strong drinks. It wasn't until the second drink, and it was already too late, that I realized that there was something wrong with the drinks. Sadly, Sean Combs was waiting in the wings. He was watching from some sort of vantage point. And once I was in a helpless position and he was sure that he was in a position of power, then he took advantage of the situation.
You allege that you were forcibly pushed into an SUV by Sean Combs. That act alone, according to your lawsuit, left you in considerable pain. And then once inside the vehicle, your lawsuit says plaintiff was held down by Combs, who overpowered him while he struggled to escape due to the effects of the drugs in his system. And it goes on to say that he sodomized you.
I was screaming. I was telling him to stop. It was incredibly painful. And he was acting like it was nothing. And he seemed to be disconnected from it. But it was abusive beyond belief.
Now listen, that's what I said. You going on CNN? You mean business. And I'm telling you, listen, there's only two options. Tony Buzby is an absolute lying, psychotic person that will do anything to get a dollar, a la Jay-Z. And he is bringing up all these cases without any proof. Right? Or he got proof for days and he about to bury Diddy and Jay-Z because like he said, sunlight is the best disinfectant and the law limps along, but it gets there eventually. Again, get this. CNN did say this. CNN discovered several inconsistencies between the details shared by John Doe in his interview and with CNN and the original complaint filed in October. The original suit says the assault took place in 2006, not 2007, and that John Doe had never been married. Okay, they said in 2006, Diddy's white party was held in St. Tropez. In 2007, it was held in the Hamptons, which is where John Doe's allegations take place. After CNN pointed out the discrepancies, Doe's attorneys filed an amended complaint with the court, changing these details and acknowledges mistakes were made and rushed to file. Okay, let me just say this. Okay, and I actually think that this is a really easy mistake to make, especially for something that happened almost 2 decades ago. To be off by 1 year is not insane. Plus, there are records because this man was paid to actually be there. So there are records of this. Oddly enough, if you look at his little outline, I don't know what his face looked like, but he is giving Jonathan Oddie tea. Might have been a snack 20 years ago, and now you just in somebody's fault. You know, you and your dad infamy this year, right? He got the glasses, he got this, he got that. One of those when you're like, let me see your pictures how you looked 20 years ago. So it seems as if Diddy might have a type. His head shape, his outline was given Jonathan Oddie. But all jokes aside, this is the best Diddy's legal team can come up with. You was off by 1 year. You was off from 1 year from something that happened 20 years ago. Okay, Diddy. Anyway, at the end of the day, the complaint was amended. It was, listen, again, a closed mind is a dying mind. Said, easy mistake, but they go on nitpick, right? Another person said, I believe they interviewed the rumored person to sway public opinion. You know how deep Devil Nation digs to throw dirt on the blind people's eyes to keep them blind. Also, they said so much stuff is being unpacked, you know it's probably a majority of Hollywood scared. And speaking of majority of Hollywood scared, listen, Diddy and Jay-Z have formed an alliance. Allegedly, they are using the same investigation firm to intimidate and to pay people off. Tony Buzby is kicking it up a notch. You're saying that you want all Jane Doe's made public? Well, baby, they gonna give public interviews. But most importantly, Tony Buzby makes a good point that I think a lot of people are overlooking. I overlooked it myself, but let's talk about it for a second. Everybody's saying that Jay-Z, Diddy, these billionaires who we just saw their lawyers go on in a tax spree that we have never seen in modern media. A dossier against an attorney, investigating an attorney. 236 pages. Imagine what's going to happen when they get a hold of the victims. Imagine the way they're going to embarrass their friends, their family, their relatives. Maybe that is the price you pay for suing a billionaire. But at the end of the day, you guys, most of us are working class. Most of us work paycheck to paycheck. Most of us have family members. Some are doing better than others, but none of them are in a billionaire tax status. The fact that we are acting like money does not change the game. The acting like money will not literally get you anything almost that you want in America. The fact that we're acting like the people you're suing do not have incredible privilege and that the law should step in to level the playing field. It's wild to me. It's wild to me the way 85% of Americans, actually bump that, 99% of Americans are in the same tax brackets, give or take. Because there's only 1% in America. 95% of Americans don't even make over 150,000. But yet you got people and billionaires, mentions being like, no, if you're telling the truth, go up against Goliath. What are you hiding, David? Put your slingshot down. What is wrong with people? Yo, I know they feel like they're your best friends because you like their videos, you like their songs, you like their public persona. You admire their family, you admire the wife. Okay, I get that. Everybody's a Beyonce fan, right? Everybody likes Jay-Z's hits. Everybody likes Diddy's hits and whoever else is going to come out when the sunlight disinfects. But can we actually start operating in our best interest and having some MFing class solidarity? You need to have class solidarity because this class that you're going up for, maybe God willing, you one day will be a member of. But the odds are, have some class solidarity. And stop living in this dream world, this justice. Ooh, a person with 2 cents in their pocket can get the same justice as someone. There's a reason the Jane Doe thing was enacted. But anyway, let's get into this Jane Doe stuff. I really do have to say this. The Jane Doe, John Doe stuff, as much as Diddy and Jay-Z's team are like, how are we going to defend ourselves against a ghost? It is very common in Jane Doe proceedings and John Doe proceedings that the name of the victim is given to the defense team. So they give them the name. They just say you can't release it in media. So if you can get the name, and that means with that name, your private investigators can quietly go to work. Your private investigators can privately dig up dirt. Your private investigators can do everything they need to do to actually dig up dirt, do this, do that. The only thing is, you can't release it to the media. And if you can't release it to the media, that means you can't do smear campaigns. So ask yourself why. Are they really fighting to know who this Jane Doe is when they can simply get the name through the court? Tony Buzby himself has posted on his Instagram saying that. And if they can simply get the name through court, then you got to ask yourself, why are you fighting so hard for her to be publicly exposed in the media? Because you want to do the same thing you did to Tony Buzby. You want to put out a bat signal to anyone that may have information, anyone that may be a secret hater, anyone that will take a payday. You want to do what you did to Tony Buzby to someone that you allegedly victimized over 20 years ago. Again, y'all, believe what you want. Okay, Jay-Z has not been proven guilty. Tony Buzby might be the biggest psycho liar in the world, or he could actually have all the receipts and be telling the truth. I think it's weird that he's attacking the attorney and not the actual facts of the case. I do know that it's weird that they're putting out dossiers such as PR publications and talking points without actually addressing the facts more than one sentence. And I do know that, and this don't got nothing to do with Diddy or Jay-Z, I do know that we as Americans need to stop fighting with each other. We need to stop idolizing the rich who have shown us through decades what they will do to our family, our water, our healthcare, what they will do to us. And we need to start showing some class solidarity. Support the laws that are meant to protect the working class people. This is what our tax dollars go for. And this is why we have society. Yo, people need to wake up and realize where they actually stand and who actually looks at them as allies. In the meantime, I'll talk to y'all later. Da, comrade. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.